I was sitting there thinking, what kind of people want to start a holding company? What type of people want to build multiple businesses? What type of people want to have massive lines of business credit? And the answer is people who want options in the future, because this is the mindset of the people who want to start a holding company. This is the mindset. This is the prerogative. This is the attitude. This is how these new jacks swing. They want to be someone. They want to be in control. They want to have power and authority. And once again, if that's not you, I don't know why you're here at this channel. I need to say that because, once again, personal capital isn't for everybody. And once again, if you're a regular run-of-the-mill person that wants a job, you want a house, you want to get married, have 2.5 children, congratulations. That's a beautiful thing. And congratulations to you for knowing what you want. But you shouldn't be here at Personal Capital because this content isn't for you, okay? Because, I'm just sitting here looking at the mindset of the person that wants to set up a holding company. Looking at the mindset of a person who, before they even set up their first company, they know that they want to have multiple companies. They know that they want to have multiple streams of income. They know they want to have multiple options, because at the end of the day, that's really what this is about, having options. Right now, we're going through what's called an inflationary period, where last year inflation was almost 10%. And I'm going to tell you something. I didn't feel it. When I went and got gas from my vehicle, I put my credit card in the pump, I filled my tank up. When I wanted something to eat, I went to DoorDash. None of my habits changed, even though inflation was rocking at 10%. You want to know why? Because I prepared myself to have options so I didn't have to worry about inflation. Yes, inflation is a pesky period. It's hurting a lot of people. There are a lot of people out there who are struggling. There's a lot of people out there who are being deeply impacted by inflation. And this is one of the things that's really, really hitting a lot of people over the head. The skyrocketing prices of rent. A lot of people are being put in a position where rent, gas, groceries, the things that you need in life, the prices are really, really hitting a lot of people. The prices are really, really making a lot of people miserable. And to those people, I say, I wish you well. I hope that you get out of that situation. But I have no clue to what you're going through because I'm not feeling it. And I don't say that to be egotistical or to rub salt into your wounds. I say that because when you set up a holding company and you set up multiple streams of income, you prepare yourself for the future. The reason that I'm able to live like this isn't because I made this decision last year. I made this decision 2 decades ago. 2 decades ago to start businesses, to serve customers, to make money. And if you are a person that wants to start a holding company, because there's a lot of information on the internet, on the web, about holding companies and how you shouldn't want to start a holding company because you don't want to deal with the taxes and you don't want to deal with the management and you don't want to deal with the stress. Once again, if you are a regular, normal person, that's perfectly fine. I don't know why you're here because this content isn't for you. And I'm being repetitive because, this isn't my first rodeo. I've been on YouTube for a long time, and I've noticed that I can put out a message talking about starting businesses. You want to start a business, you want to set up a holding company, an operating company, you want to get yourself some business credit, you want to learn how to run a business, you want to start your first online business. If you want to do that, and congratulations to you for being a person that wants more out of life, for being that person that's ready to sit down, do the work so your future can be brighter. I got some for you. Go below and enter into the Corporate Citizen Playbook, where we teach you all of that plus a lot more. Because you are not a normal, regular person. You want more out of life. You want to do more, you want to be more, you want to have more. And congratulations to you. So the link is below. Go ahead and check out this video. And then go ahead and enroll in the Corporate Citizen Playbook, where I teach you some things that you cannot Google. Can't Google it. Can't Google it at all. Start setting up a holding company, creating operating companies, setting up your business banking, getting rigorous amounts of business credit, starting a business, marketing, advertising, branding. And I'll get these people who say, I don't want to start a business. I don't want to drive a fancy car. I don't want to live in a big house. But you be here. I don't understand it, because here's the thing, and this is the creed of personal capital. Personal capital is for individuals that want an elevated life. This is for people who are willing to do the hard work, to do the building, to set themselves up nicely so that they can have that life that they want, so they can build and be, because once again, not to be too over the top, but last year, inflation was 10%, right? Last year, I bought a brand new Porsche. And this is one of the reasons that you want to get into starting a holding company and creating multiple streams of income for the future. I'm at the moment, I'm looking for a house, and I've noticed something. I'm in Atlanta, Georgia, and there's this place I used to live, and I'm going back. It's called Sandy Springs, Georgia, zip code 30327. And I literally see this every day. I'll go on Zillow, I'll find a house, and then 6 to 8 days later, these are $1 million houses. They're gone. Yet I'll look around other parts of Atlanta, and there are nice houses in different neighborhoods, but they're not moving as quick as the houses in Sandy Springs. And I'm going to tell you why. Because Sandy Springs has a different kind of energy. It has a different level of attitude. And Sandy Springs is huge. Sandy Springs backs up to East Cobb, backs up to Northside Drive, backs up to Buckhead, backs up. I mean, it's very connected to high levels of wealth. Once again, I used to live in the neighborhood, and I was in a relationship at the time, and my girlfriend had a job. The women in the neighborhood thought that was cute, because most of the women in the neighborhood didn't work, because their husbands made enough money for them to live quite well without them working. And once again, 2022, once again, I said I bought a Porsche. Guess what happened right now? Inflation is going up. The Fed's raising the interest rates. Rich people are still buying Porsches and houses despite inflation. And this is why you want to start a holding company. This is why you want to set up multiple streams of income. This is why you want to prepare yourself for the future so you don't have to suffer. Like I said, yes, inflation reached 10%. I didn't know it. It did not stop me from buying a brand new Porsche. It did not stop me from moving into an exclusive high rise. It didn't stop nothing, because when you enter into the holding company strategies and tactics, you give yourself options. I can tell you this, I am not 77. That's like 25 years in the future, right? But when I'm 77, I'll be driving a Porsche. I'll be living in a multi-million-dollar house. Why? Because I am preparing myself to have those options in the future. Let's go ahead and talk about something a little dark. 2019, I had a heart attack. In 2019, I was in the hospital for many weeks, and I didn't work for 7 months because I had set up the holding company situation. And we're going to get a little deeper in this. My company, even though I wasn't working, my company was making money, and I didn't even have to go into my savings because of decisions that were made long before I had that unfortunate event of having a heart attack. And also, once again, this is going to be something else. Once you make the decision to start a holding company, get multiple streams of income, where I was living, and I'm going to say something that's going to be very dark. If I wasn't living where I was living, I don't think I would be alive. I know that sounds real dark. You want to know why? Because I lived literally 10 minutes from the hospital, had access to the finest doctors in Georgia. Honestly, if I was living somewhere else, I feel that I would have been dead, because the heart attack that I had, they call it the widowmaker, because typically it kills people. So I had the best medical care because I was living in one of the high income neighborhoods. And let's go ahead and have this conversation. I will never live in a poor neighborhood. And this is one of the reasons that I'm leaving this. And currently I live in Buckhead, which has many attributes, many clinging and belongings of the ghetto. And this is why I'm getting the hell out of here, because I don't like it. But once again, when you go ahead and set yourself up where you have the options, you just can't go back. Once again, my favorite expression, luxuries once tasted become necessity, and you just can't go back. And this is why I'm going back to Sandy Springs, because I like it. It's peaceful, it's calm. You have these huge houses, and also where I lived in Sandy Springs, it wasn't that dense because everyone lived on a house that sat on an acre, so it wasn't crowded. It wasn't overpopulated. So this is one of the things that you do when you have the mindset of starting a holding company, which means that your intention is to start multiple companies to create multiple passive, not passive, because once again, let's just erase passive, but to create multiple streams of income, active income, so you can have the options to live your life the way that you want to live your life, and to have the options to not be impacted by inflation. Once again, I spent $265,000 for a car when inflation was 10%, and I financed it. Let me tell you how I financed it. I had another Porsche, which was paid off, traded that in, and that brought my loan up, and I got some options. I got a maintenance plan and some other stuff. So my loan was for $145,000. That was October. Guess what my loan balance is now? It's $29,000. Wait a minute. Yes, I paid off $115,000. And that car will be probably paid off by October. Even though I financed it, I'm not paying a lot of interest because, once again, and many people will disagree with me, but personally, I feel if you're going to have these high-level cars, these really expensive cars, you should be able to pay cash for them or not have them under a car note for longer than a year. Because my X5, just to replace the tires, that's $2,000. Just to do the front brakes is $2,000. To do the rear brakes is $1,500. This is regular, normal maintenance. Another reason that I'm part of Holding Company Nation is because I can facilitate the options. Because once again, going back to that dark period, and that's something I really think, and I look back on, if I had made different decisions not to set up my business the way that I set it up, I could have been struggling. People have heart attacks, they lose their house, they lose their car. I lost nothing. Because in 2019, when I had the heart attack, I had 2 vehicles that were paid off. I had no debt, I had no loans, and I had an economic engine that was bringing me money without a great deal of effort. So if you want to be part of Holding Company Nation, pat yourself on the back, because you want to give yourself options. You want to give yourself the ability to live your life on your terms and to have options and choices going forward in the future. So that's the kind of people that have the mindset for setting up a holding company and creating a better, brighter future. My name is Glendon Cameron. If you want to be part of the Holding Company Nation, go below and get into the Corporate Citizen Playbook. There's a link in the comments section, or there should be, and it's going to take you to a little video, and you can get into the Corporate Citizen Playbook, and it can literally change your life. There's some stuff in there you can't Google. You wanna know why you can't Google it? Because I'm a technician. I do this in real life. My name is Glendon Cameron, and we'll see you guys in the next video.